Motor City tradition. Like no other, the Detroit Auto Show shifting into high gear. Bold innovation, dazzling elegance, and a lasting impact beyond the showroom. Tonight, the 2026 Auto Show Charity Preview takes center stage. And we're giving you a front row seat. The CBS News Detroit Auto Show Special starts right now.
Thanks for joining us for a special edition of CBS News Detroit. We are at Huntington Place for the 2026 Detroit Auto Show Charity Preview, where ultra-luxury cars meet fashion, flair, and philanthropy. Good evening to you. I'm Sandra Ali.
And I'm Shayna Humphreys. This showroom looks like a runway right now, but the cars are the stars tonight, and it is all for a good cause. Tonight, legends will hit the stage. Michigan basketball and Fab Five icon Jalen Rose is our master of ceremonies. He'll be introducing a lineup that includes rap mogul and hometown hero Trick Trick. And headlining is multi-platinum award-winning singer Robin Thicke. This is going to be an unforgettable night for everyone here, but it's especially big for the 6 children's charities that all of this will benefit.
That's right, and this is all about philanthropy, like we said, supporting organizations all across Metro Detroit, like the Boys and Girls Club, Detroit PAL, CS Mount Children's Hospital, and so many others.
Over the past 25 years, the Charity Preview has raised more than $100 million, and tonight that number will grow.
It sure will. And we do have a team spread out for you all across the showroom floor.
Yeah, Lauren Winfrey is talking all things fashion. We'll check in with her in a moment. And Alicia Bergio is on the hunt for the best test drive. She's over at Toyota right now. Hey, Alicia.
Hey, Shayna, Sandra. Yeah, I'm hanging out over here at my new whip, the Toyota GR86. Pretty snazzy, I would say. Look at this. I think red is my color. Yeah, but we have so many exciting cars out and about here at the Charity Preview here at Huntington Place. Right over here at Toyota, look, we got some SUVs, we got some standard cars. I mean, these beautiful whips. It is just such an amazing night tonight, and we are just enjoying looking around. People are dressed up in all of their beautiful gowns. We have some sparkle. We got sequins. We got people wearing light-up shoes. I mean, it is absolutely remarkable. People have really dressed to impress tonight. Shayna, you said it correct. It is like a runway in this convention center tonight. And like you said, it is to benefit such a great cause. We have 6 charities all about philanthropy tonight. It is so incredible and such an amazing thing. In about 45 minutes, Detroit artist Trick Trick, he's set to lay out his set, and then we have headliner Robin Thicke that is going to be performing. But we are going to be out and about throughout this entire evening. We're going to be showcasing every element of this entire charity preview night. We're going to be over in GM, there's Cadillac, there's Ferrari, whatever you enjoy, there is something here for you. But let me tell you, it is just so fun being dressed up, looking around with all of these wonderful people that are repping the D tonight, everybody, repping that Motor City. But Shayna, Sandra, I'm going to send things back to you.
Oh, looking good, Alicia. Red is definitely your color. The Charity Preview, as you know, is more than a celebration of cars. Fashion is also in focus tonight.
Oh, yes, and Lauren Winfrey is in her element tonight, looking absolutely fabulous. Lauren, a lot of people are. Tell me about the looks you're seeing.
Listen, I'm seeing a little bit of everything. This event is very indicative of Detroit because you got all types of looks here. And one thing about Detroit is if we're going to come to an event, we're going to come suited and booted. So just take a look around at all of these beautiful people. Everyone is dressed to the nines. And some people have taken a really unique spin. They put a really unique spin on their looks tonight. And I'm loving it. I've seen a cape out here on this floor. Had some rhinestones on the back, some wording on the back there. I didn't get a chance to read it, but it was a beautiful cape. So this is, again, a beautiful night. And when you look good, you feel good, and you do good. And you all have talked about this, how charitable this night is and how meaningful this night is beyond the fashion, beyond the cars. We also got a chance to speak with Mayor Mary Sheffield, and she doubled down on that, talking about how she wants this night to be representative of all the good that Detroit has to offer, and she wants everyone to see that nationally and internationally as well. For you, when it comes to the auto show, what is the goal? What do you want people to know, walk away feeling, and want others, because we know people are watching. This is just not a national thing, but also international.
Really just the innovation in the industry that Detroit still leads the way in manufacturing, and the amazing cars that are Detroit made. You know, Ford, Chrysler, GM, we still have phenomenal vehicles that are available for people. So, and then really highlight the beautiful city of Detroit as well, and what we've come, the growth that we've had.
And as a Detroiter, I imagine you spent your years going to the auto show. Any favorite memories for you?
You know, just really, I remember just getting dropped off, right?
Yeah.
With my mother dropping us off, and me and my friends would just walk around the entire auto show, have a really good time, getting in and out of cars, and just really highlighting the best of our city. So, but I will say this is probably the most memorable auto show now coming as the mayor of Detroit.
That's what people are saying.
Yes.
And when this auto show 2026 is all said and done, what do you want people to know about the city of Detroit?
The growth, the resiliency, the pride that we have in our city, our commitment collectively to ensure that Detroit rises higher, the resurgence that we're experiencing right now, and again, that Detroit is innovating with the industry as it relates to manufacturing and auto as well. So just want people to see the good, because it's a lot of good happening in Detroit, and we got to get that story out for people to understand.
Yeah, so much good happening in the city of Detroit, like the mayor said. I'm going to send it back to you guys so you guys can talk about all the good you're seeing your way too. And I'm just going to continue to have a beautiful night. All right, send it back to you guys, Shayna and Sandra.
Oh, beautiful indeed. All right, Lauren, thank you. Joining us now is one of the people who made all of this possible, Sam Clement, Executive Director of the Detroit Auto Show, here with us right now. Sam, we're so happy to have you here with us. This is such a magical night for the city of Detroit. Talk to us a little bit about your hopes going into tonight and actually going into this entire run.
Yeah, this is my first show as the solo executive, and so we really wanted to bring a new energy. You know, we've spent 12 months really thinking about every detail of the show to have a new experience, kind of a new generation of what the auto show can be. We're really looking forward to it. We know this is a stage for the city to show itself off for the next 9 days, and we're taking advantage of it.
And Sam, part of that new energy, the new generation, for the first time ever, there was a Charity Preview Junior this year. We covered it on CBS News Detroit. It was so sweet, just adorable. For our viewers who didn't see that, tell us a little bit about how that came to be.
Charity Preview Junior was the first time we've done that, where we brought Power Wheels vehicles to Mott Children's Hospital because we thought it would be really hard for them to obviously to come to Charity Preview. But we want to have that same experience. And these kids have to think about surgeries, and they have to think about some of the hardest illnesses you can imagine. So to take that scareness away and drive to their surgery in these Power Wheels vehicles, a fun way to do that. You're a new parent, I'm a parent. To see those kids have just that feeling to feel special and to do something special with them was great. And we hope to make that an annual tradition.
Love it. And a lot of folks may not realize how much money is raised during this time. Explain to folks what that means and how that actually goes back into the community and to special organizations and even, Children's Hospital.
Yeah, we've raised $125 million over the last 30 years through Charity Preview. And so this is real dollars. And to be able to help these programs continue to invest in their communities, invest in their missions, it's critically important.
And for those who have come to the auto show throughout their entire lives, it is for a new generation. It's a new year. Tell us what's a little bit different about this year when you come down to Huntington Place.
It's very experiential. So I think in the past you'd walk around, you could see kind of the cars, you can look in the windows, but you couldn't get in. Now you can drive in these vehicles. You can feel what it's like to have the rumble strips. You see the technology inside of it. And so it's really hands-on, and that's what we want. There's so many options out there in automotive. To be able to see that for yourself up close and personal, I think really changes that perspective.
Yeah, you talked about infusing new energy this year. Not an easy thing to do, especially as you look to grow year to year and still keep folks entertained and engaged. I know there are a couple of interactive exhibits as well this year, and you're kind of luring even a lot of the younger folks to come out.
We've heard from a number of OEMs that we need talent in the automotive industry. So how can we connect them to that at a very early age? So we have a whole section dedicated to science, technology, engineering, and math, where they can get their hands on and maybe find some interest in becoming the next great engineer, the next great designer, but do it in a fun, engaging way.
Inspiring those young folks.
Of course, and you know this place inside and out. If there's one part that's your absolute favorite that someone needs to just make a beeline for when they enter, what would that be?
Right now I'm going to say it's the stage. We got some surprises coming up today, and we got a lot of performances, and so it's big, bold, and it'll be a good place to be.
I like that. Surprises. Yeah. That's a great tease.
Yes, it'll be a good day.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks so much for being with us. We will be right back with much more from the 2026 Detroit Auto Show Charity Preview.
Welcome back. Stellantis is another star tonight. The Jeep Test Track, always a super popular auto show feature. Joining us now is Antonio Filosa, CEO of Stellantis. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about what you're bringing new and energetic and innovative this year.
Well, we are launching a lot of new products. We have been just announcing a very large investment of $13 billion in our American plants for our American brands, which is Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. And for Jeep specifically, since you mentioned, we are just launching now the new Jeep Cherokee, which is our first hybrid in this market, the largest market in the world. So we are very happy, very optimistic for the future.
And speaking of hybrid, I know it was a big decision this year to end plug-in hybrids. Can you talk about that decision and why we're seeing fewer plug-in hybrids going forward?
Well, actually, what we decided, I've been the CEO since the last 6 months. We decided that our top priority number one was to grow here in US. This is our largest individual market where we operate. What we did was to listening more to our dealers and to our customer, and they were screaming on hybrids. That's why we launched Jeep Cherokee Hybrid. But we are launching a lot of other innovations or powertrains or engines, such as the Hemi, right? The legendary Hemi engines back. First in Ram and maybe in other new brands such as Dodge, for instance.
How important is a night like this to you, to your brand, to your company, to your people, just as a team, to really kind of showcase what the city is all about and how we're moving forward?
Well, we feel Detroit like at home, right? We are the only automaker that owns 2 plants in Detroit. We employ 7,000 colleagues here in Detroit, in the area, in the city. We employ 34,000 in Michigan. I'm Italian. My family is all Brazilian, but we call this town our home. So very good here to be here.
Yeah, and here at Huntington Place, when visitors come over the next several days to see the vehicles, what's one thing, the shining star, that you really want people to pay attention to?
Well, all our products are our shining stars, right? So really, you can enjoy our stand there. Please go there, both of you, to try our Jeep Mountains, our Jeep Camp. You will have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Antonio. We appreciate you stopping by.
Big pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And of course, the road to the Detroit Auto Show stretches all across the country. This all began weeks ago in California at the start of the historic Route 66.
The route is 100 years old this year, and our Heath Cab shows you how the iconic drive paved a way to the showroom.
From America's most famous road to Motor City, this is a car enthusiast's dream to see, and it's all going to be on display at Huntington Place at Detroit Auto Show.
And we thought, what if we connected and to actually take museum cars, put them on the road, and make a homecoming, bringing that back to Detroit, where they were all born.
From Santa Monica all the way to Detroit, 9 of the most classic and loved antique cars have made their way to the 2026 Detroit Auto Show.
You go across America mostly on 2-lane roads. And so you're in little towns all the way. And the people come out and they love the old cars.
The 2,700-mile trek from the West Coast to Michigan was driven mostly along the historic Route 66, with car lovers being able to admire ageless classics like the 1934 Buick Model 61 Club, the 1952 Chevrolet 3100 Deluxe, and a 1967 Pontiac GTO.
These cars bring back so much emotion, and it's all about being out on the open road with a great tune playing, sun shining, and people love these old classic muscle cars.
Each of these cars tells a unique story, and now they've picked up even more on this journey. And so I think that's the special part of anyone's relationship with the vehicle.
The caravan of cars completed their 2-week journey Tuesday, driving from Birmingham down to Huntington Place on another historic road, Woodward Ave. It's also people can marvel at what Detroit does best.
Once upon a time, these were the concept vehicles. And so it is good to kind of tap into that, what used to be, because I think it gives you an appreciation of what is.
America has now seen these beautiful cars on the road, and now Detroit will be able to see them on display from the 17th to the 25th. Reporting from Huntington Place, Heath Kalb, CBS News Detroit.
Oh, I love that. And I mean, when you're talking automotive, all roads really do lead to Detroit. It's great to see.
Lead to Detroit and through Detroit.
Yeah.
I love that you can see them up close and personal right here on the on the show floor.
And some of the coolest cars you don't just see every day on the highway.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, such an experience. All right, we have much more to come tonight. Next, after the break, we're going to be talking with Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford. You don't want to miss that. Stick around.
Ford Motor Company is coming off a big year. They just opened the doors to their new global headquarters in Dearborn.
And just this week, Ford's been in the headlines quite a bit. Joining us now is Ford CEO Jim Farley. Thank you for being here today.
Sure. I thought you were going to mention the best sales in 10 years. But
yeah, well, that's
I guess
part
the headquarters
that comes next.
Yeah,
you guys have been in the headlines quite a bit. The president was in town taking a look.
Yes, he was.
At the factory the other day. Tell us about that. We saw you walking around having a conversation. What'd you talk about?
Mostly really around the auto industry, not just Ford. I think he came to us because we're the most American company. We make the most in the U.S. We export the most. He's obviously made a lot of changes. He wanted to hear from our workers about how they felt about that. And we talked a lot about what's coming next, like USMCA. So it was a good visit. We had a few seconds of drama, but we're working through that.
Yeah. You know, you just mentioned and you touched on it, what comes next.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about taking a peek into the future.
Sure.
Especially on a night like tonight that is so special and so integral when it comes to
about the government policies or more the vehicles themselves and the technology?
A little bit of both.
Okay, well, I'd say on the policy side, we have the USMCA, which is the trade negotiation for auto between Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. It's a really big deal, negotiating how much tariffs and how you know, the value of things going across the border. It's not as big an issue for Ford because we make almost everything here, but for our domestic competitors, a big thing. On the vehicles, hybrids. Our sales were up a lot last year because of our hybrids. We 49th year of F-Series being the best-selling truck in the country, and a lot of it is because we have a hybrid, and our competitors don't. And we're seeing now e-revs. So instead of an all-electric and or all-combustion, most of the interesting happenings are in the middle, partial electrification.
Yeah.
That's really happening. And then the Chinese, they're really starting to dominate the global auto industry.
Yeah, for so long, the expectation has been that the future is electric. Do you think that is still the case? Is
Absolutely.
It just a slower timeline?
Yeah, I think everyone thought we were in the 9th inning. We're really in the 2nd inning. And as we get into the 3rd inning, what most customers, affordability. They can't afford an all-electric $70,000 utility. So they really want more affordability. And a hybrid allows them to go a little bit less carbon, but to be more affordable.
Yeah. What makes for a successful 9 days at the auto show for Ford after the end of all of this when you take a look back?
The charity, how much money we raise for charities for our community, and how many vehicles we sell.
Yeah. For everyone coming down to the auto show, is there a particular part? You can kind of see the Bronco Mountain behind us. Is there one thing that you think people should really check out first?
I mean, the Bronco Mountain's cool. Look, it's the 6th year in a row we won Truck of the Year with the new Maverick Lobo. Just come on down, see all the vehicles, drive them. That's fun. And maybe get some free merch.
Hey, everyone loves free merch, right?
Come on down. Let's go.
Sounds good to me. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for everything you do for our community. We're so proud of everything you do. Living here, I really pay attention to what you guys do, so thank you.
We appreciate you
Jim,
saying that.
we appreciate that so much. Thanks for stopping by today. And of course, Ford's legacy is not just built on the road, it's also being forged on the racetrack.
That's right. Ford is pushing its limits when it comes to motorsports. Our Rachel Hotmeyer has a closer look at how they're racing into the future.
It's a great place also to launch the car, and just to start. We're all just very excited.
Ford Racing has managed to gather all of its tentacles in the performance world here in Detroit to unveil everything they have going in the 2026 season, from NASCAR to Formula One.
Who does something like that, unless you love the city that you're in and you're invested in the city of Detroit, and stuff like that. So I think it just speaks on Ford's character.
We've been able to do this in Charlotte the last, I think it's been 3 years or so, and it was spectacular down there, and I'd say down up here is probably going to the next level.
For those stateside invested in Formula One, Ford has brought their Red Bull Powertrains partnership to them here in the Motor City, officially kicking things off and unveiling those liveries at Michigan Central, a rare sight for American fans to see here before races kick off in Europe, with testing in Barcelona coming up at the end of the month.
Ford, to me, is the most American car company, and we are unapologetically American. All right? Yeah. And that means no matter where we are in the world, we have that little swagger, little twinkle in our eye, that we're going to do a little bit differently than everyone else.
Ford shared a virtual look at their advanced contributions to the engine collaboration by breaking down the ways they have 3D printed metal parts here in Michigan that belong to 4 Formula One cars.
Yeah, it's a big partnership. It's actually a bit scary, so many people working for one car, 2 cars. It's very impressive, and to be part of this, to be in the heart of this project, I feel very privileged.
With the 24 hours of Daytona this weekend, we at CBS Detroit are so excited to continue covering motorsports right here in the heart of the Motor City.
Impressive indeed. Let's go ahead and send it over to our Rachel Hotmeyer at the Grand Prix track. She has more on what's next in the world of racing. Rachel?
What's next indeed when it comes to covering motorsports in the heart of the Motor City. Our calendar circles around the Detroit Grand Prix, so I'm thrilled to be joined by Meryl Kane, Director of Communications for all things Penske. But while we're here at the track, we have to talk about the Detroit Grand Prix. We're about the halfway mark in the calendar where we start to gear up for that. And the first thing I think of last year was the record number of overtakes we had. So as the track starts to shape up, tell me what you're seeing.
Well, hopefully the winter's kind to us and we don't get too many more days like we've had this week, because that doesn't help the track necessarily. But yeah, we're really excited to kind of bring the Grand Prix back to Detroit. Before you know it's going to be here. We're actually going to put tickets on sale next Tuesday for the 2026 Detroit Grand Prix, May 29th through the 31st. We're excited to bring it back, but we've got Racing Day that's on tap on Tuesday, so we're taking that opportunity to launch it. But in the meantime, people get a chance to get a little sample of it right here on our Grand Prix track inside Huntington Place, and we're really looking forward to having the fans come in and take a little tour around what we like to call our Grand Prix circuit here.
Tonight we have a little bit more glamorous participants, if you will, in this. Not often are we stepping out of these cars. Consumer tonight, but race cars will be here on Tuesday. Of course, we have a swath of drivers scheduled to appear because this city attracts just the best and brightest in motorsports talent. What are you most looking forward to seeing on Tuesday when it's racing day?
Well, I think it's just really cool to have all the drivers here in the Motor City, getting a chance to see this, experience the show. There's so much. A couple of the guys that was their first time last year when they came, and they were really impressed by how everybody just gets behind it in the city, how it's such an automotive town. It's still the Motor City, and I think you hear that, but you don't get a chance to experience it, I think, till you come here to the auto show. So I'm excited to see the new guys, new crop of guys that are coming into town, and really getting a chance to show the fans this circuit, having a chance to get some autographs on stage. We'll be doing some things with the drivers throughout the course of the day, but really just a chance for us to kind of rev up the Motor City, get ready for race weekend here back in Detroit with the Grand Prix.
As we look forward to these events, of course, news today, the Detroit Grand Prix was evergreen certified. That is a huge testament when you look at what a race consists of. Of course, we've had back and forth from Belle Isle to downtown, just the concept of racing cars in general. What went into this certification?
Yeah, we're really proud to announce that today, that we're the first motorsports event in the entire world that has been recognized with evergreen status for the Council for Responsible Sport. This organization really looks at events not only from a sustainability perspective, but also for what it does for the community, what events do for the community, the social engagement, and I think we've kind of hit it out of the park on both ends. Working with our partners at IndyCar and also IMSA and Indy Next, they've done a lot to really kind of further the advancement of the greening of motorsports. So they do a great job at it. I think we do a good job with our social programs. We were the first event in 2023 to reach gold level status, but to reach evergreen, you really got to go above and beyond, and really proud of our team and what we've been able to accomplish and to be recognized for that.
Not only are you able to offset the impact, but when you mention these social programs, every year at the Grand Prix, I talk to so many fans who are getting to experience racing up close and personal for the first time because of the way you break down barriers and allow fans into these events for free. What is the programming going to look like this year for those looking for that opportunity?
I think it's really more of the same, right? I think we've seen how the city responds to that, right? We like to think of it as one of the most inclusive, if not the most inclusive event in Detroit, right? Have the circuit open for free. People can watch all weekend long. Thanks to our community partners, and we couldn't do it without their support, is open those doors. Hart Plaza, Spirit Plaza, the riverfront. You got the viewing platforms all along Jefferson Avenue. And beyond that, the access is one thing, but being able to work with a lot of the students that we do, like the Boys and Girls Club, and the students that help design our posters every year, it's really a give back to the community and a way to thank them and give them an opportunity to shine in what they do. So we're proud to do that. We're looking forward to doing it again in 2026.
Sure thing. Well, the countdown is on May 29th for the Detroit Grand Prix here at CBS Detroit. We love to cover motorsports here in the Motor City. We're so thankful for your time, Meryl.
Thank you, Rachel. Good seeing you, and hey, maybe get a chance to take a ride on the track.
I will never pass that up.
All right.
Thank you, guys. We'll be right back.
Yes, get Rachel on that track. We want to see that.
For sure. It gets you excited for motorsports.
Yeah.
And those tickets go on sale right around the corner on Tuesday.
So much more to come tonight. You guys, we've talked to Stellantis and Ford. That leaves one of the big three left. So coming up next after the break, all things General Motors. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Detroit Auto Show Charity Preview. Tonight we're speaking with the leaders of the big three automakers about the continued importance of Detroit in the auto industry.
And earlier this week at their new headquarters, we learned more about the decision to move GM from the RenCen back to Woodward Avenue. CEO Mary Barra spoke about it during her fireside chat, and here's a little of what she had to say.
Just the structure of the building, it really wasn't aligned for our business, where there's so much collaboration in our business. And, when, to have to take 10 minutes to walk up and down, go up, down a tower, up a tower.
And joining us now is Dave Masseron, Vice President of Infrastructure and Corporate Citizenship for General Motors. Dave, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having us, and thanks for locating right in front of our Stars and Steel Corvette, celebrating our country's 250th birthday.
Yeah, quite the backdrop. We couldn't have asked for a better one. We just saw Mary Barra talking in the new headquarters, this gorgeous new space downtown. Tell us a little bit about what it's been like transitioning to that space.
It's been so exciting. Our employees are exuberant at the new space. We are already working full-time. People are collaborating. The space is really coming into its own, and it's really an authentic reflection of who we are as a company, and we couldn't be more excited. This week has been amazing.
This week has been amazing. A big week for GM. New space, new energy, taking a look ahead into the future, kind of using this as a benchmark. Where do you see everything going?
Well, I mean, you can see, in part, you can see the incredible products that we have, and these products will continue to lead with a customer focused at the center. On display here is the CX Corvette, which is the next generation of the Corvette, which we just released the data this week that showed us the fastest American sports car ever made, and it's only going to get better. So we're going to continue to ground ourselves in innovation and manufacturing and engineering excellence, and that's what the future will bring.
Yeah, and speaking of the future, I had a chance to visit the headquarters this week, and it's almost like a museum. There are some really cool concept cars that look like they're from 100 years in the future. What is the future right now? We've talked about electric for so long, but really everything's slowing down. There was a pretty big loss for General Motors on kind of transitioning to a less electric space. Is that the right way to describe it?
Yeah, I think the way we think about it is we have a portfolio available that meets the customers where we are. So we have an incredible electric portfolio, we have an incredible ICE, our gas-powered vehicle portfolio, and customers have real choice. We have the best vehicle portfolio, product portfolio that we've had in our entire history, and we're immensely proud of it. And if a customer wants an EV, we have an incredible EV with incredible autonomous features. And if a customer wants a sports car that's the fastest you can buy that's made in America, we've got that too. And so I think that's what we are grounding ourselves in. That's how we're going to move forward, and we're going to continue, as Mary Barra says, to put the customer at the center of it all.
Yeah, speaking of proud moments, you can't talk about and be out here on a night like tonight without talking about community involvement, specifically volunteer-led efforts, which you are a very big part of.
Yeah, it's been incredible. I mean, our employees step up every chance we get. We give them to lean into STEAM and STEM education. We're a company that is engineers, that's for engineers, that's built by engineers. Our products are all science-based and then art. It's really art and fashion forward, and our employees lean into, and our corporate philanthropic giving leans into that identity of who we are, so we can lift people up and build a workforce of the future in Michigan and across the country.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about GM Cares, which I'm sure all of that is a part of.
Yeah, so GM Cares is our process through which our employees volunteer. Over 30% of our employees have volunteered last year, which is an incredible number when you think about all the different pressures that people have on their time, and they give back, and we send them right to the communities where they are. And we have facilities all across the country where these employees go out and they volunteer to educate people, to expose them to STEAM and STEM careers. It's really kind of it's probably the best part of my job is that I get to lead the team that enables our employees to do that.
Yeah. Wonderful. Oh, and that is what tonight is all about. Thank you so much, Dave. We appreciate you being here and appreciate all of the community support and the work.
Thank you. It's so great to see this event and people come to celebrate our cars and at the same time support these incredible charities. So we really appreciate you being here, and we look forward to people coming down and checking out the show.
Sounds
Absolutely.
good.
Thanks so much for your time. On that note, let's head over to our Alicia Bergio hanging out over at the Jeep Test Track. A lot of people's favorite stop here at the auto show.
Oh, that's right. This is Camp Jeep right over here, a ride that truly immerses you into that off-road lifestyle. And guess what? I had the opportunity to check out this intense course. You just got to check it out. So what kind of vehicle are we in today?
This is a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. It has front and rear axle lockers, so a little off camber over that off camber bridge right there. You can disconnect the front sway bar electronically. That's all done right down here at this little control panel. This Jeep has 33-inch tires, 10.8-inch of the ground clearance.
What is your favorite part about driving people around?
Just talking with people. Every minute and a half we get a new person in the car. So Jeep Mountain is 28 feet off the ground. So we're going to be a little over 30 feet off the ground when we get to the top, and it's going to be 40 degrees of angle we're going to be climbing up.
Whoa.
All right.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
So how do you want people to feel when they go on Camp Jeep?
Safe. Secure.
But fun, right?
But fun, gotta have fun. Everything you do in life, you gotta have fun doing it. Down we go, 40 degrees down as well. And even if we needed to stop here, no worries.
Wow.
There we go.
The Jeep has us. We're good. We're good.
We got it. Yep. Next, we have our crevasse. We can utilize our forward-facing camera with the dynamic grid lines there. Those will help us stay nice and centered through an obstacle like this. A little sideways here. Just about 30 degrees.
Woo! Feels like we're gonna tip.
No worries. No, we won't tip. And lastly is our breakover angle. Nice and level on the inside here.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the ride.
You're very welcome.
Woo, if you love an adrenaline rush, I highly recommend you add this to your list when you come to the Detroit Auto Show. This opens up to the public starting tomorrow and runs through the 25th. So much fun. Shayna, Sandra, back to you.
Oh my goodness, it makes my heart race just looking at it. Alicia, thank you. There are so many experiences here for all ages. There's also the Visit Detroit Interactive Experience. It's a brand new family-friendly immersive exhibit that you can check out. And you can see some of this video right here. It has a race simulator, a power wheel track, and a virtual reality tech. It's also in the Huntington Place atrium if you want to come down and check it out.
You know, also in that atrium is the My Sci experience by the Michigan Science Center. They have a Neuromaker racetrack, stage shows, and a play area for kids under the age of 5. And you don't need a ticket to the auto show to visit.
Very, very neat. We are continuing to talk about the visions driving Detroit forward.
Joining us now is automotive journalist Paul Eisenstein with Headlight.News. Always a pleasure, Paul.
Great to be with you.
Yeah, it's great to have you. And for our viewers who don't know, you're something of an auto show expert. You frequently join us on CBS News Detroit, and oftentimes you are just back or about to take off to another auto show somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Tell us how Detroit's auto show is different from all the others you've attended.
Well, this year has changed a lot. Obviously, they've gone back to the name the Detroit Auto Show, where it reflects what's happening in the industry in general. Auto shows are a little less media friendly or media focused and a little bit more consumer focused, like they used to be before it became a thing where you had to have 70 previews for the media from around the world. It's a great thing, certainly for local people who want to check out, you know, the old kick the tires. One of the things that's really nice about an auto show for consumers, they don't have to run around to 10, 15 dealers trying to figure out what car they want. They can find it right here. They can walk back and forth, compare vehicles, and so on.
You've been out here for a little bit so far tonight, kind of mingling with the crowd, taking it all in. Give folks at home a little bit of a taste of the sights and sounds that you've been able to see, you know, for folks who are watching from home.
Well, the good thing is you have some important brands here, Ford, General Motors, all the various Stellantis brands, of course. One of the things that I really have found interesting, the transformation of auto shows over the last couple of years, probably people can hear in the background, where they have not just simulators, but they actually have areas where people can drive cars. especially in Detroit in winter, to be able to test drive a vehicle is really nice. There's a lot of emphasis, I'm looking over your shoulder at the Bronco area where people can actually get a somewhat of an experience of what it's like to drive off-road. And you probably know that's become a really hot thing. 80 million people camp every year, and a lot of people want to take their vehicles, whether they go camping or just to get out on the trails, and they'll actually be able to get that experience right inside Cobo, or I should say Huntington Place.
Sure. So a lot of off-roading features. In the past few years, we've been talking about AI, EVs, obviously, hybrids. You're very up-to-date on the latest trends in all things automotive. What are you noticing around at this auto show? What is the next big thing?
Well, one of the most important things that people will find if they spend time talking with some of the experts is the emergence of autonomous driving. Now, we have some of these taxi companies, robocabs like Tesla and Waymo, but more and more vehicles have various levels which will allow you to take hands off the wheels and actually let the car do the driving for you. And some people are scared by it, but I got to tell you, if you're driving from here to Grand Rapids or the like, it's really nice to be able to let the car do some of the work for you.
Yeah, definitely so much to see, feel, do, and all the interactive displays are just incredible. Paul, thank you so much for stopping by.
Great to be with you.
Giving us your take on it. We appreciate it. And you know what? It's not just about the cars. We've been saying it is all about the fashion tonight. It's all about the glitz and glamour.
And people are showing up and showing out tonight. So we're going to check back in with Lauren right after the break. Stick with us.
Hey, welcome back. We are at Charity Preview, and you can't talk Charity Preview without talking about the fashion. Everybody has a little bit of something going on. Everybody's sparkling out here. I've seen Feather Sequence is really having a moment, as you can tell. And also, I have a dapper fellow with me. His name is Jason Head with Mika. Step on over here. Jason, how are you?
Hi, Lauren. Nice to meet you.
Okay, Jason, you're with Mika. Tell us all about it, what you all do, and why it's significant to the auto show.
So I'm part of the National Electrical Contractors Association. I'm the executive director there. And our jurisdiction is this area, Detroit, right? And we partner with the IBEW Local 58, and they are the electricians, the unionized electrician force, and we do a lot with the EV charging stations, right? I represent the contractors, about 220 of them, and we actually are sponsoring the Powering Michigan EV test track over there. So we're real excited. So if you go get an opportunity and you go get to take a chance to do one of those EVs over there, as you get off, as you're exiting, you go through the Learning Center. Well, the Learning Center is where it all happens, right? We couple with the public and we educate the public on if you want to do an EV charger, if your home is available for it. A lot of the charging is done at home, about 80% of it, right? So if you own an AV or a hybrid, a lot of it's done at home, right? So you have level 1, level 2, level 3 chargers. And a lot of the homes we're finding are level 2 chargers. So right now, if you come and visit us, we're also offering an incentive of about $250 for an EV charging installation over there. So,
Jason, tell me why this education component is so important. There's so much talk about EVs, but we do need to be educated when it comes to them, of course.
Very true, Lauren, very true. So, as you know recently, right, the incentives have kind of been reduced or is not around anymore as much, but there's still EVs. They came around 10% of the market, right? There's still a lot of interest in it, though. So as you enter, those EVs, they're not going away, right? So we're there to tell you if your home can handle the capacity for a brand new EV charger, and then and also how to install it safely. One of our contractors could do that for you.
Awesome. So, Jason, that's the business side of it. How are you feeling about tonight? You look so nice.
Well, you look gorgeous, too. And thank you so much. Tonight is so much fun, right? It's a great event. The charity proper is for a great cause, right? We're just excited to be part of it.
Yeah, and we're excited to have people like you here doing what you do, making sure people are educated and they have that knowledge that they're able to walk away with from an experience like this. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you so much, and have a great night.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, yeah, guys, everybody is looking amazing tonight, and there's so many components to the auto show, as you all know. An amazing event here. I'm going to send it back over to Shayna and Sandra for more. You guys can take it away from here. I know you guys have so much to dive into.
Thank you so much, Lauren. You know, there's another show happening for those in the know, and it's just beneath our feet.
Yes, you can find a display of custom cars here in the basement of Huntington Place. Our Gino Vici took a tour of that exhibit put together by a movement called Modded Detroit.
The Detroit Auto Show is a chance for manufacturers to show their latest and greatest designs and reveal it to the public. Well, there's a section in the basement of the auto show to show what else can be done to these beauties with a little imagination and customization. It's called Modded Detroit.
We started selling merchandise and stuff in the past few years, and we see people like out in public wearing our stuff, and it is genuinely, it is the most exciting feeling in the world. I get so excited seeing that.
Stefano Troiani, one of the founders of Modded Detroit, says what started as a small car show featuring modified cars in Metro Detroit has grown into a significant display here at the Detroit Auto Show, now in their second year. And they're even selling a lot of merchandise.
Something like this is nuts, to where we can gather this wide variety of cars.
Troiani says it all started with this modded Mazda Miata. The guys had fun with this car at a very low cost to inspire others, but ultimately says modded cars say a lot about the owner's personality.
Their cars can represent like their personality and like what they like. It's just cool to see like how different everyone's personality can be and like how like their car can like showcase that.
There are now several hundred modded cars down here, and they're all unique, from drifters to lowriders, and even this modded and lifted F450. And some celebrities even bring their cars down to be featured. This one-of-a-kind Mercedes and Ferrari are owned by White Boy Rick. The modded display keeps growing into a popular attraction here at the Detroit Auto Show, and the founders hope that growth continues.
Hopefully like branching out around Michigan, maybe all throughout the United States.
From the Detroit Auto Show, Gino Vici, CBS News, Detroit.
Thank you, Gino. It has just been a whirlwind week for Detroit. It always is around auto show time. Leaders and journalists from around the country have descended on the Motor City for industry days.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer was here yesterday taking a tour, and she spoke to industry leaders about mapping out a new economic way forward for the state. You know, much like in the past, she says the auto industry can really be a driving force for change, despite the difficulties that impacted the big three last year.
Well, I think right now we've seen 9 straight months of contraction when it comes to manufacturing. The Trump tariffs have been taking a toll on the industry, on jobs, on costs for people, and so I do think that, you know, that's undeniable. But at the same time, it's exciting to see kind of what is happening and how Michigan continues to drive this industry.
Okay. The governor also got the chance to check out some of the new models on display here. She told our team that this year's auto show may be one of the best she has seen in years. And for the first time ever, the U.S. Army is sharing its cutting-edge battlefield technology here at the Auto Show. This massive tank is an early prototype of M1E3 Abrams tanks. It is still in the testing stage, but you can find it here on display at the U.S. Army tent.
So much innovation, really, everywhere you look. And to think that those cars that Gino just showed us, that all of that is in the basement of Huntington Place.
And it's really just a little bit of everything. You can see these super cool modified cars, concept cars, some of the fastest cars in the world, and a military tank while you're at it.
I mean,
a little bit of something for everybody.
There's something for everyone. The classic cars, the new cars, it's something to see. Fantastic. All right, much more to come when we see you right after the break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. All night long, we've been showing you the cutting-edge innovation here at the Detroit Auto Show Charity Preview and the people making it all happen.
But you know what? Starting tomorrow, it's your turn to get in the driver's seat. You can get your tickets for the auto show at DetroitAutoShow.com. There are also ticket booths right here at Huntington Place in Hall B. Children under the age of 2, completely free, and they also have family discounts.
And again, the showroom floor is open to the public tomorrow, starting tomorrow, January 17th through the 25th, and that's from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Also, we should point out tomorrow the Detroit Auto Show is teaming up with the DNR and the Outdoor Adventure Center to bring back the Auto Show 5K. Registration is open until 9 a.m. That's when the race begins. Get your sneakers ready. All the proceeds, by the way, from the race, they go to supporting the Outdoor Adventure Center. Just go to the Auto Show website for more details on that. And the Charity Preview Gala headliner Robin Thicke will be taking the stage here pretty soon. And today's not the only day to get your groove on.
Yeah, much more to come. There will be live music and DJs throughout the auto show. G-Mac Cash will be performing tomorrow night, and that's free for anyone who has a ticket. He's also behind the official anthem for this year's auto show, My Drive, My City, My Show. You can find that and a schedule of several other performances on the auto show website, so grab your ticket, come down to Huntington Place and get the full experience.
That's right, and you know what? We have been out here all afternoon today. We got here well before the crowds started showing up, and the crowds are just, the folks are trickling in, and everyone looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm just loving, just off camera, seeing what everyone's wearing, and everyone's just having a great time starting to check out these vehicles, and I'm looking forward to checking out more of them myself.
I can't wait. Thank you so much for joining us for this special coverage of our 2026 Charity Preview. The auto show coverage continues all next week. Much more on air and online. For now, that's going to do it for us.
Yeah, have a great night. Thanks for joining us.